Florida Governor Rick Scott is among a growing chorus of those calling for FBI Director Christopher Wray to resign following a bombshell revelation. We learned today that a caller tipped the Bureau off just last month about the Florida school shooting suspect, Nicholas Cruz. They were told he wanted to kill people and was a potential school shooter. So how could the FBI botch this so badly? Joining us now to explain how these tips fell through the cracks is Steve Rogers, a former member of the FBI Joint Terror Task Force. Steve, this is just the heartbreaker in so many ways. I try to put myself in the position of a parent or a spouse of one of the teachers or coaches who died in this horrific attack. The FBI gets this YouTube tip in September, and they, for some reason, can't figure out who posted that comment about I'm going to be a professional school shooter. Then in January, a tipster calls in, and it's very specific. A person close to Cruz, he has a gun, et cetera, et cetera. He could shoot a school, and then nothing. What happened?
Laura, this was an epic failure of leadership at FBI headquarters, an epic failure of information sharing. And I'm sure you remember, as I do, when President Trump, in the early days of his campaign, warned us about problems in our intelligence agencies. The president was right, but little did we know that it went way up to FBI headquarters. There's a process that we go through in police work. When you get tips like that, and I've got to tell you, the magnitude, the most profound tip they got was what was on that YouTube about being a professional shooter. You connect the dots. You don't stop the investigation. When I heard that FBI agent talk about, well, we looked at the YouTube, we couldn't find the IP address.
That's exactly what I said.
I was stunned. I've been in law enforcement 38 years, and my instinct would tell me there is something wrong here. And you know what you do? It would be simple. Why not just put the guy's name in the Instagram platform or Facebook platform? It was his name. And look what came up. And then they would have had the name. They could have got the local police. And the question I have is that I believe still has to be looked into. Did the local police give the FBI any information at all regarding the domestic violence calls, regarding, they normally wouldn't because they're not federal issues, but when that name came up, I'm just wondering, all the information the police had about this guy, and on domestic violence calls, I'm sure you know this, when police respond to a house on any type of violence or a mentally ill person, en route, we ask the question, are there any weapons in the house? Because usually every police department has a data bank as to every home that has a weapon to protect officers. Where on earth was the breakdown there? So there was little or no information sharing, and that's what has to be investigated.
Steve, they visited his house 39 times for a variety of things. His mother was clearly afraid of him. He was cutting himself on Instagram after his girlfriend broke up with him. I mean, I guess he was a decent employee at the Dollar General store, but other than that, he was a total nut job. And it seemed to me that along the way, it was red flag after red flag after red flag. But it's almost like people are worried about offending someone or abridging someone's privacy. And I don't know if it's just like they're overloaded or there's inertia or it's bureaucracy. But man, this was a colossal mistake. I think it was a colossal mistake on the local level, on the state level, and on the federal level. But the federal level, I think, really takes the cake for me with the January 5th.
Oh, you're right. There's no excuse for what happened there. And I'll share with you this. Look, cops get instinct. You get instinct. And I've asked all week any FBI agent who knows anything about how this happened and where the failures were. Lord, they need to come forward. You know, cops put up this blue wall of silence, and it happens on a local level. It happens on a federal level. Break down, tear down that blue wall of silence for the good of this country, because a lot of cops know a lot of things, and they won't come forward for one reason or another. But in this case, they've got to come forward.
And it's also amazing that in that YouTube visit that the FBI field office in Mississippi made to the man who raised an alarm about it. They visited him twice. They had the name Nicholas Cruz from the posting. Why wasn't that part of an FBI file system? So when this January 5th call came in about Nicholas Cruz, they're like, whoa, okay, now it seems like there should be like a cross-referencing program. And I know maybe that's silly what I'm saying.
No, it is not silly.
And that was obvious.
That was my point earlier. Did local police, did the school system share information? And when this particular name came up, I'm sure the local police saw that YouTube. I mean, everybody seemed to have known about it. When that name came up, did anybody think, you know, maybe we should check with federal authorities, or maybe federal authorities should check with the locals if they found out where this address was? Epic failure in leadership, epic failure in information sharing.
Should the FBI director resign?
I said earlier, and I'll say it again, that the entire leadership at FBI headquarters should resign or be fired. We were warned by the President of the United States, Donald Trump, early on in this, and I'm glad that he now has the Attorney General Sessions looking into this, investigating it, and I believe we're going to see people leaving that headquarters building.
Well, we got 17 people dead. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much.